All right. We are back. It is Short in Person here with King Nana.
Yo! Comes out.
Also Stringbean.
Here I am.
Blockhead Blake.
What up?
And we have a special guest in the building.
Special guest.
Raza Ry is joining us here today.
What's going on?
We're so happy to have him. We're all sitting around talking about Observation Baltimore.
All right. No.
You're
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cut that part out.
Let me sign up before you start letting everyone know.
I mean, we can just keep it more general. Let's
I wanna
not
be in phone
We're
online.
talking about like focus groups and surveys,
Market
like,
research.
Yeah,
Market
research.
research.
Nothing specific. Who knows what this could happen?
Yeah, take the jacket off. You got them all fired
Yeah,
up.
he's all fired
Come on, dude.
You gotta let them do the research. They want to get in on
I
it.
haven't even gotten one in yet. Like, let me
Don't
get
you worry.
surveys
If
first.
you fit the demographic, they will be giving you a call. Or you can be just filling it out right now like King Nana, who is just set to hell with the podcast. And this is what we're going to do.
The hell with the afternoon.
Got some things to take care of.
Click register.
But just real quick, so we were talking about it. When, obviously, we were the first people to occupy the building. And then they came after that, and they needed people to go down and essentially be the spokesmodels for this thing. So that's what he was saying. If you get emails or anything from that, if you look on that Facebook page, you'll see people that you know.
Stars.
And they also have contests also on Facebook where if you share their posts, then you have an opportunity to win things. And I actually won, I think it was 10 gift cards last year just from sharing and letting them know that.
Wow.
They give you 10 gift cards.
Yeah. All to
$100 each.
No. Now that would have been the shit, but no, it wasn't quite that much. But anyway.
So hold on.
It is,
Are there other market research facilities nearby? Like, I mean, I know it's
How many of them are in this
I'm gonna start
building?
making a living. I mean,
It used to be you had to, if you got into one, then you had to wait. I think it was like 6 months or something like that.
Wait, what?
But I think they actually did away with that too. So
It depends. Yeah, it depends on who the company coming in
Yes,
who wants to do the
yes,
research.
that.
They'll put that criteria on
Yeah.
it. But then sometimes they're really strict. Like we want like Japanese people in Baltimore.
Yes.
And it's like, well, there's not really a lot that live out there. So sometimes they have struggle filling in certain studies. But yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, there are other ones in the area.
do some research.
yeah, look
Just
at
not,
That's what I
below
get.
us.
Blockhead is so excited
I mean, I
over
got a
here
whole
right now.
queue. I
Look
can
at
just
him.
stop right now, just do a quick survey, and head on back on the road. I mean,
I mean, if you don't care about your body, you can go sign up for those medical trials. They really make the most money.
I see some of those.
People do that at school a lot.
Yeah,
Donate
school.
plasma and stuff. I need my plasma.
Take this
I can't.
pill, tell us what happens.
Yeah, you can donate.
I'm
You can-
good.
I'm good with that one.
He's young, so he can.
I mean, you'll bounce back.
Bounce
You're
right,
right.
no problem.
You got strong red blood cells, right? Yeah.
Got plenty of
My
them.
T cell count is through the roof, but I'm rich, bitch. So what the hell are we going to talk about today? We did have that brief conversation a couple weeks ago about dinosaurs, and I kind of wanted to bring that out. So
What
the
about
question.
dinosaurs?
Oh, just hold on a second, King.
I'm trying to figure
Can he
out.
set it up for the people?
He's got one doing a survey. He's not sure where we're at.
Wait. But the question is, do you think dinosaurs were real?
I mean, they're
For
found
real. I
Did they
mean,
though?
what's the
they have.
counter argument? I feel like
Counter argument is religion.
Is it religion or because like
Well, isn't
mean-
that every counter argument?
I mean, if there's a conspiracy theory, I feel like I'd be more. Is there a conspiracy theory that people are putting together the bones and forming them?
I guess.
Is there?
What
Actually.
What did they hope to gain? I mean, what's the end?
Where's the money?
What's the end game with that one? If it's
Fake ass
fake,
museums.
right?
Mm.
I mean, do they make that much money?
Well, I know a lot of things like that.
Well,
Tax.
there
The
is
purpose is
there
to
is
discredit
money
the
given. Well, oh, hold on.
What'd you say?
supposedly.
What was
There's many theories around the world that people like support because in one way or another it doesn't back up what the Bible says. So this could be one of those theories.
Okay.
Example 2, like flat Earth people, they want to say like, oh, Bible somehow supports flat Earth, whatever. This could be a similar thing.
I don't know.
It's a whole.
I don't see none of these verses.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
So you think that it's possible that people are saying that dinosaurs didn't exist as a way to disprove something in the Bible?
Then
As
it
a way
goes,
to
then it goes across
support
all
the Bible.
religions, right?
Like, because doesn't the Bible say something about like, I don't know, the Earth isn't. I don't think the Bible says the Earth is 500 million years old or whatever, right?
The Bible doesn't get into that at all.
It doesn't get into the details.
So I mean,
You're the fact check man.
Oh Lord, that's gonna be a hard one to Google. What does the Bible say?
What does the Bible? Where's the Bible stand on dinosaurs?
Yeah, that's
Well, it doesn't say anything about dinosaurs.
Oh, you
But
know what? Yeah.
It doesn't, because in the Bible it just says in the beginning, God created the heaven and earth.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Then went on from there, then trees, Adam and Eve, blah, blah, blah. No animals. But then again, some people came up with dinosaurs. You know what? Just pick your poison. Whatever works for you. Because I'm not going to question the Bible, and I can't question scientists when they're actually showing bones. So
They're actually showing bones. Is that what
I
you're
guess,
saying?
I
Some
guess they
bones
go
that
around digging
randomly
around
found.
places.
Right.
You see all these weird things. They say they give them names, I guess.
Right. So they found like one bone and then put together a whole freaking animal, supposedly from that.
I mean, how did the dinosaurs go extinct? The theory is
hence another question.
what?
Meteor.
A
A
meteor or something.
according to that movie, right? The Land
Or
Before Time.
Pangea separating the food system too much. Could be a bunch
So a
of
meteor hit the Earth at some point, and all the
Yeah,
dinosaurs
and everything
went
was covered
extinct.
with ash.
So why did the Earth get destroyed then?
Why did what?
The Earth get destroyed then? Because if the Earth is that big, I'm guessing there were dinosaurs all over the
All
Earth.
over the planet, right?
But back then it was only one piece of land all put together. It
Was
wasn't
it?
only separate countries all around.
Was it one?
It was
One
just
big
Pangea.
cup?
Yeah, just Pangea.
I saw a post on Reddit yesterday that showed that the Earth has gone through like 8 almost extinction and resets to where we
Do you know
are
the
now.
cause of that?
Are we in the midst of one
Yeah,
now?
when's
Is that
the
what the
next
Reddit
one?
post said?
I don't know.
Let
No, it
me know.
didn't.
Are we gonna get wiped
It
out?
didn't go that deep.
Coronaviruses.
That's something.
But yeah, I don't know. I believe that dinosaurs
Maybe
were
play
real. I just don't think they look like the way that scientists
Do
estimated.
they have feathers?
Okay.
Because there's a
I
thing
mean,
called it's called like shrink wrapping, basically. Like say they've done it with other animals. If you took a
Oh,
skull
you know
of a
what?
gorilla
I know what you're looking.
and made it like made it look the same way that how they do with dinosaur bones. Like most animals that we know today will look like total monsters because they just take the bones and then put skin right on top of it. They don't account for cartilage or meat that would have been around that had them different features. So I think dinosaurs existed. We just don't know exactly what they look like.
Oh, that's an interesting theory. So they were all. And what about the sizes that they
I mean,
say?
you
So
look
they
at the
I
found-
think it's
bones.
possible. Why
There's
not?
some
Yeah, I think it's possible.
T-Rexes.
I think it's possible.
Like the size of a goddamn building.
Right. Like Godzilla and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. Those
So which-
movies are really good.
So which ones? So now scientists are saying we evolved from being, I don't know the terms they use, like
Neanderthals?
Neanderthals, and we came to what we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just confusing. That's why I said.
So you think
we never
dinosaurs did the
wanna
same
go-
thing? So
I know
I
people
think-
dinosaur
say,
evolved into like alligators?
people say
I don't
that
know.
the reason that dinosaurs are, or the reason that animals back then might have been huge, like dinosaurs were massive, but like bugs were huge, but they're not today, is because the oxygen content in the atmosphere has decreased. So right now, I think it's like 16%, whatever it is. Maybe back then it was 24%,
Oh,
and that can
Interesting.
So-
help sustain larger life forms.
Huh.
Shit.
wow.
That's
Damn.
deep.
Wow.
Piece of knowledge I
Damn,
know.
Blockhead.
Piece of knowledge I know.
That's it. That's all he knows.
That's,
I'm done.
that's the one for this podcast. Everything else, total BS.
I'm done.
I got one for y'all.
Okay.
They always you brought it up earlier. Like religious people always want to say, "Oh, it's creationism or evolution." My personal argument is, I think that Christianity answers evolution answers how God did it. Because
Okay.
if you look at the show Cosmos from Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Yes.
the first episode of it, they broke down how the universe started, from the Big Bang to our planet being created.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, okay, we know everything that happened from all them gases exploding to our planet forming, and then we don't know how life started, that spark. But once that first single-cell organism started, we can tell you everything that happened from there
Crazy, though.
to human
That
race.
spark is insane.
So I feel like if you fill in that hole that scientists can't answer with religion,
Mm-hmm.
then it all, to me, makes sense. It's a story.
Yeah.
What do you think scientists think when you die? What happens to you?
The
When you
popular
die?
explanation I've heard is it's the exact same feeling as you have before you were born. So
What feeling is that? Because I
there's
don't
nothing.
remember.
It's nothing.
When you
There's
fall
just
asleep,
nothing.
you don't know what that sensation is
I don't
like.
know. That energy has to be transferred, though, because energy is not created or destroyed.
Right. So that's to
So-
go somewhere. Where does it go?
I don't know.
Does it go
I don't
into
know.
another vessel?
All I'm saying is that my hope is that I can, like, if I die, when I die, I get to, like, pop up on a screen and watch what happens to Earth. So I'm curious. I want to see what happens.
That's fair.
I want to watch what happens.
You just want to sit back. Oh, that shit's
I'm
done
like, all
now.
right. Now tell me the juice. Like, I want to see what happens. I want to see how my people go. Like, see what they're up to. I want to see how it
I
goes.
mean, religion, science, man, it's all confusing. Just
There's a lot we don't know.
Just pick your poison and just stick to one thing.
He
That's
said
my thing.
poison.
Because
So what?
Because
you
in
can-
religion,
either
right?
one or
Even
the other. You can
Christianity,
only be
they
a
don't
man
even
of
allow
religion
you-
or a man of science. That's lost, by the way,
I
you
disagree.
guys.
I disagree, man.
I disagree too.
I mean, in the Bible, sometimes they don't even want you to question certain things because when you question them, you can't get an answer. You start questioning whether even the Bible is real, whether God is real, whether Jesus Christ ever existed. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just stick to what I know. The Bible. The science is a bit too much for me. I can't explain anything in science. I just stick to the Bible, do good by my fellow human being, and whatever happens to me when I die, happens.
The only bad
I don't
thing
want to
here-
find out what's
The
going
only
to
bad
happen.
thing here is that King here is an engineer. So we might want a little bit of science, actually.
It's a smidge of it.
Buildings design on faith.
I mean, the science is too much. Come on, man. They ask too many questions we don't have answers to. You know,
Scientists, is that what you're saying?
science, they conflict each other all the time. They come up with all these theories. They come up with all these,
But that's conflict in everything.
and it cause, to me is a lot of
Not
confusion.
necessarily a negative thing, though.
Depends.
On
Because some cultures will see it as, wait, are you trying to say what my ancestor told me was wrong? You know, this is how we live because of what we were told, blah, blah, blah. And scientists come in, they debunk everything you know, confuses a lot of people, you know. So what happens? It's
We're in an outside interaction here.
Chaos.
you know,
that's handsome Shrek walking back and forth, giving us all the middle finger because we left him out of this podcast.
you know, some people can go to, let's say, a continent and they just get sick by just being there.
Right.
Right. How do scientists explain that? Or how does religion explain that? You're gonna say the weather is not meant for you, blah blah blah. You know, black people say the melanin in the skin is good with the sun. White people say the sun is not good, they like the cold, blah blah blah. All this is just confusing to me, so I just stick to where I know that makes sense to me. I don't want to ask too many questions, and too many questions, not too many answers. Scientists are crazy. They just want money.
I don't think any of what you just said has anything to do with science.
A lot has to do with
On a
science.
flamethrower.
A lot has to do with science because scientists want to sort of explain everything that exists. They need to give an answer. We can't always find an answer for everything.
Yes, but you can try.
That's what a
but
theory is.
Yeah.
if- sometimes they
And
make the theory sound like
constantly
if that
doing
is the right
tests,
thing.
build
And
up
they push it
evidence.
onto people. Right?
Not necessarily pushing it onto people.
Sort of.
Some of the
They
theories
just
that you
put-
have
I
to
mean,
use-
it's no different than this podcast. We don't push it on you. We'd like for you to listen.
We make you listen. We don't push it on you.
I mean, you know. What made Einstein one of the smartest people in the world?
His IQ level.
How do you judge somebody's IQ level?
It's a little test.
Who came
You
up
ever taken it?
Who came up with that test?
Someone really smart.
Yeah,
How do you
I
know
don't
he was
know.
smart?
Find
Well,
out.
how do we know anything?
So,
How do we know
Joseph
anything?
A. IQ, actually. That's really
A whole lot of questions, not so many answers.
But it's just a measurement of what you present on that test. No different than the one the football players take. The
Plastic test.
Combine?
the one they
what's
take
it
at the
called?
combine.
What's it called?
I thought
Shit.
that's what you guys were talking about.
What
There's a
football
certain-
players take the test?
No, they don't take the
There's
actual
an actual
test.
exam that they take.
Wait.
You talk about football players?
Yes.
What do they need a test for?
Like ability to Wonderlick.
Yeah, the Wonderlick Test.
And what's that about?
Oh, wow.
It's the same thing. It's a measurement of knowledge.
That's
So
probably
And,
it's-
and quick decision making as well. To, like, I think you only get 10 minutes for it or something like that.
And to evaluate
And there's-
CTE
yeah.
over time, I'm sure.
Really?
Before and after.
You have
yeah.
players just pushing the shit out of each other. You want to test them how quick they're going to push.
You still want them to be healthy.
Yeah.
You don't want them just killing each other.
Well, you want them to be able
It's
to
a
make decisions,
baseline.
too.
It's a baseline measurement. So it's no different than the 40-yard dash
Yeah,
and
sure.
the 225.
The bench press.
But
It tries to measure
you have to
decision.
be smart to bench press.
It tries to measure decision making, which is important in football, right? You
Reminds
gotta
you
make the
of
right
muscle.
choices
Bro,
quickly.
yeah.
I mean, somebody's job
Now-
is just to do this.
Okay, that's an ignorant statement. That's an ignorant statement because offensive lineman is one of the most cerebral positions in the game.
Really?
It is. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Most complicated, people say. Because
Sure.
you gotta keep track of
100%.
where all 5 of your guys are and where at least 4.
Do they always
usually
keep
more.
track?
I mean,
well,
if you don't,
that's
if
good.
you don't, then
The quarterbacks get sacked when they don't.
you notice when they don't, but you don't notice when they do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, people don't. The Wonderlick test is kind of whatever anyway, because there have been some great players that score like a 2 on it, and just
What
doesn't-
is the test? Like reflex knowledge?
I'm not sure. I'm
We
not
can
actually-
I've never heard of such
We
a thing.
can actually take it
I mean,
Ooh.
on
wow,
the
we should
next
do that.
podcast.
With
We should-
observation ball players?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, I can sign up for that. Perfect. I mean,
Is it football decision making? Like, is it a football
No,
test? No.
it is not. It is just a thing. They could do it here if they wanted to, just for shits and giggles.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's just a part of the interview process.
Is it mandatory?
Apparently, Aaron Rodgers
If you go to the combine,
was
yeah.
in the 94th percentile, which is very good.
sounds like it.
Do you have to be invited to go to the combine, or can like anyone just show up in
You'd be
person?
invited.
So,
You have to be invited.
okay.
Invited.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, they
If you
kicked me
show
out
up.
when I showed up.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they didn't want no parts of me in my 5'7" 40.
But you can declare for the draft, no matter who you are. You can say, you know what, I'm in. My
2 years
You're right.
away. 2 years removed from your graduating class.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
my friend had a plan to just get really good at 225 bench and put up crazy numbers and then declare for the draft and see what would happen. It was a dumb plan, but it was interesting nonetheless.
All that training.
I'm like, who? but he benched a lot. I guess. Oh, sure, I'll take him.
Check's a check.
Hunter put up 23 reps, 225 bench.
Yeah, punter from like Arizona State or something.
Wow.
And Jay Cutler put up 22, I think.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
The cut man.
He was a character.
Yeah, he's in that. He won me a fantasy football championship though.
How on earth did he do that?
Yeah, when he played for the. That's how long ago it was. When he played for Denver.
Didn't even know he was on Denver.
Yeah, that's who drafted him. But anyway, so where the hell were we? We were talking about
Dinosaurs and God.
Dinosaurs and God. Definitely the name of this.
D&D.
Nope.
We'll try again later.
Nice try.
Take a
Just
sip.
drink water. We always get to this point where we don't have
Are you pulling them out?
But you know what
Yeah, I
it is?
think-
You know what it is, though?
what?
Sometimes scientists even believe they know so much they cannot be any god. Because they feel like whatever is in here is way more than what's in like whatever religious book is out there.
Is that
What's
what you
the
think?
term?
Like, some come out with all these
Intelligent
books.
design? Is that what
They
it
feel like
is?
this, like they're beyond whatever the Bible says. You have some scientists who are there disputing whether there's a God,
There's a
When you
religion.
die, you just disappear. You
There's
just
a religious
part of an
principle
energy,
called,
just part of whatever energies things in the whole universe. Everybody's connected one way or the other. Blah blah blah.
There's a
Like you're
religious
just a
principle
spark.
called
What'd you say?
intelligent design, and I'm pretty sure the main thing is like we are all evidence of God because this is all so complicated and so nuanced and everything like that. That how else could it come to be without a higher power? So all science people would take as evidence of that theory.
That's how I feel though. I mean,
That's
from
how I
It makes
feel too.
it
I mean,
makes sense.
just at the scale of how that's why I just love
The
the, show
world's
Cosmos.
crazy, right?
Like just watching the show Cosmos is like, how can you not believe there's a God? Because it seems
laws
so
that
random,
work. Yeah.
but it all
How does
follows.
it fit?
It all follows rules. It all works under a
insane.
certain
It's
design.
insane.
Like just the way the Earth was formed by rocks smashing and elements corrosing, and it just turned out to this world. It just I don't know, just too much that just went right for things to be random. So I don't know if God is how we perceive it, but I do think there's something that
A higher power out
Yeah.
there that is putting it all together and making it all work.
right.
We'll see when we die, man.
Yeah, we will.
Well, shit, King.
Or we won't. We'll just go to sleep.
I'm like, nah,
That's
man,
it.
I've been heaven's been full for years, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
Y'all going back to sleep. I'm like,
Oh, you guys did those surveys? Nah, you go to heaven.
You never know. You never know.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes people feel like religion is just a tactic used to scare people.
But it is too.
It is.
I mean, because
Yeah.
depending on how it's used, religion is definitely a weapon used to control society
It
at
is
a
a
certain
weapon
point. So that's
used
why
to
it's kind of
control
like
society.
it goes into the. That's why I can't blame people for not liking organized religion. Because like there's certain churches that I don't like because of how they're run, and like the one that I connect to is because they talk about real life and actually just show how the teachings from the Bible can make your life better, not just you better listen to this
Yes.
because X, Y, and Z. Like
or else.
Or
Yeah.
else there's gonna be some problems.
I like it more when it's practical. Like
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Even with the practical ones, they still have to tell you, or else. 'Cause
I mean, but that some people need that to see the other perspective. People need a different message to get to the destination. You know what I mean? Because what convinced you is not going to convince him. I gotta give you two different deliveries, even though it might be the same thing. That goes down to marketing.
So religious people as a salesman?
Is everyone not a salesman?
Everything.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
You're selling yourself at all times.
If you go out to the bar and try to
something.
book some chick, are you not a salesman at that point? That's marketing. You're trying to make yourself look presentable to get your
That's the
ideal
point.
target.
That was just an example, by
That's
the
just
way.
an
I
example. I'm
don't
married.
think King Nana is out there booking chicks
Nope.
at the bar. Just so we're
Right.
clear, that was just an example.
Just an example.
We have so many vulnerable people in this world when it comes to religion. Like, I can't talk about
Yes.
other religions, but when it comes to Christianity, there's so many vulnerable people. Like, I'm watching TV, I'm like, what this guy is saying on TV doesn't make sense to me. He's talking about money. Money.
Yeah.
And
He's got to
they'll,
put satellites up in the sky to beam his message.
and it's crazy. You look in this church and it's like, you have all these mega churches.
You got these
Ah,
gift
yeah, I
shops
can't
and
say it.
churches.
Yep.
It's
What
disgusting.
is happening?
Yes.
But that's a man who saw that he has a vulnerable group of people, and he could use that to his advantage. Cause like why do these mega church preachers need a airstrip on your compound? You don't even got a house, you got a compound, bro.
Strange thing.
Or telling people that give me all your money and
But
then
they
you
would
gonna get
justify it.
blessings. Like nah,
They would justify it and use parts of the Bible to justify what you're doing.
Yes.
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
You can make the Bible
Yeah,
say
for
whatever
anything.
you want.
That's right.
It's all,
If you argue
it's
it-
like the NEC, it's all up to the interpretation. It's how you read it, you know?
And take something out of context to flip
Right.
what you want. Yeah, for sure.
Use the
Because the Bible says you can't curse my anointed or something like that. So basically, you can't talk against the pastor.
Right.
Well, not.
But my thing
Yeah,
is, the
it's
pastor's a
crazy.
man. If he on
Yeah.
some other shit, it's time to go find another church. Like,
Then there's that.
yeah, because there's a lot of churches I've been into where it's like it feel like they worshiping the preacher more than God. Because I come in, it's a
100%.
portrait of him and his family. I'm like, whoa,
what's going
what are we
on?
here for?
That's
like,
hilarious.
you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I ain't with this. So it's not, it's not a
And we live
a blanket,
and it's
blanket
scary
statement.
because
Yeah.
we live in a society where religion kind of determines whether you live today or tomorrow. We sort of live in a society right now where
How so?
look at the whole religious freedom thing they're trying to push out. It sounds as if they're more concentrated on Christianity than any other religion. I'm talking about the U.S.
I mean, but let's be real. Did Christianity not win
Win what?
the religion game? What year is it?
Oh, you're talking about a religion game? Yeah, but you see, I'm talking about like the government trying to push out like a law.
Mhm.
If you practice the religion, you're allowed to do whatever the religion says you should do. So if you don't want to serve the gay community, that's okay. If you don't
My
wanna
religion says I got to
you know,
murder.
that's okay.
Sorry. That's how it goes.
How do you choose your victims?
Yeah, like what the fuck are
That's
you
it.
talking about?
It's my new religion. I'll get to it.
I'd like to read that Bible.
What just happened there?
It's a PS law. That's what I said.
That is crazy. But then if
That is crazy.
you have someone walking down the street with their face covered, people have an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
So where does religious freedom end? You know,
That's a good
That's
question.
it's crazy. Then you have people, grown men, grown women, go on TV and say all sorts of ridiculous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Get people all pumped up
Mm-hmm.
to go and do crazy shit that someone might end up dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Just because they're a little bit different and they don't understand
Yeah.
the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
And that-
unfortunate, but they use that aspect of the religion as their shield, and this is
And
the
it's-
reason why we're doing
It's
this.
scary.
Yeah.
Especially when, let's say you have a kid, like, you look at all these school shootings and everything. They have their own justifications of the stupid things they do.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Then again, where does this start from? It needs to start from somewhere. Somebody started pushing out this misinformation or
Somebody's own interpretation of the Bible.
Again,
Right.
just like you said.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
And
how
it's
it's
scary.
interpreted and all that.
And then just what you put on the media, because then they glorify the people who do violent
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
And then that inspires someone else, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get my
Yeah,
damn
it's
shot.
like a
Yeah.
never-ending cycle. It just keeps going on and
Never
on and
turn
on,
the
over and
news
over
on these
again.
Good stories. It's such a waste.
Yeah.
Like every time I see the school shootings, like it gets to me. Because I have one child. And I can imagine the parents who lost their kid.
Mm-hmm.
That is something else. Like, for real, that is something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that is crazy.
Yep. Shit. Damn, King.
It's like-
All the air out of the room.
Real heavy.
Bro, we're down to like 12% oxygen.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
And smaller and smaller.
Every time I hear a shooting, it scares me.
So the little people
Yeah.
shall
Like
survive.
shootings, like me and guns. Like I like to shoot, shoot a gun or something. But when I see, even when a cop is talking to me and the sign is on the gun, I get paranoid.
Well,
Yeah, it's scary as hell.
Like, yo, my man, just
You don't
talk
want
to
to
me.
anybody with their hand on their gun. That's
You're just trying to tell me my place I expired. Just say that and go. Wait. Yo, it's scary, man.
It is, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Oh, man.
It-
And
that's
sometimes social
unfortunate.
media doesn't help. Like you put on you go to Facebook and like somebody got shot. What happened? And you're like, oh man. And they never come up with
So your place were expired? Is that what you're telling me?
on my place are expired. But I renewed them, but the MVA sends it to the dealership instead of my house.
Ah,
so I always
shit.
get stopped.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right. So I need to go to like a kiosk and print them out. It's kind of annoying when you have a lease car. It's so stupid.
Oh, so
Sometimes I
it's
get a
not
ticket. They don't send it to my house. They send it to the dealership.
And you only
The dealership sits on it, and the price doubles. When I go to the job, what the hell is wrong with you people? Just send me the ticket. They're like, oh. Yeah.
Shit, man.
They sent it to me twice. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy the car and just have everything put in my
Yeah, I mean, to get away from all that.
What car do I drive?
Mhm.
The Q5. Or the Q5?
Okay.
Yeah.
Big money.
It ain't big money.
That's
Big
the car.
money.
No, it's not big money.
So just so we're clear, he flies first class.
He flies in the G5,
Has a lease
then he lands in the
Q5.
Q5.
I wish, man. Or flying first class internationally is the best thing that could ever happen to you. In a long flight, trust me.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't justify that 10x multiplier on the ticket. You're already paying $500 to get out of the country. You're
Look.
paying $5,000. You go first class.
I mean, you take advantage of that coronavirus discount.
If,
There's a lot of vacation
Discount,
spots.
baby.
You know that plane
They got
gets sold.
if you fly Qatar or you fly the Emirates, the
you
new
got it.
planes,
Yeah,
and they put you in the first class,
you living life right there.
dude, they have a whole room in first class in the Emirates.
Nice.
How do you come back from that?
You
Well,
want to
how
get on
you come up
Southwest?
with
Fuck that.
Big seat.
Like that Southwest is like,
What's
what's
a
up?
mega bus in the sky?
No, it's crazy. It makes you wait. Look, rich people are really living out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're really living out here.
But you know what? It doesn't make them happier.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not overall. You happier on that 9-hour flight than I was.
Alright, good point.
Yo,
I'd rather cry in a private shower on the plane than coach.
doesn't make them happy, but hey, trust me, man. You know, if you won like $500 million right now,
I'd be happy.
$500 million? If I won?
let's say $500 million after taxes, blah blah blah. What's the first thing you can pay
I'm
off?
gonna leave.
Pay off all my debt, cut up all my credit cards.
We always say that, but I think if we're being honest, if I'm being honest, I'd probably make some more dumbass debt by buying some dumb shit. Probably a whole other house before I'm done and
I don't know.
pay
Bro.
off
I
the.
feel like I'd be balling when I put that little extra payment on the credit card. Like,
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you get so all right. So first, how are we getting this? Are we getting this as one
It's a
lump
lot.
sum?
It's a lot.
One lump
Let's say
sum.
lump
Are we doing
sum,
lump
whatever.
sum?
Put it in the checking
Oh,
account.
100%. I'd buy a whole nother fucking McMansion, a Donnie McMansion with a moat and a fucking drawbridge.
Now you got 490 million left.
Exactly,
What's
right?
next?
And
Like one time I was
with
telling
a
you-
maintain that
Yeah.
with a helipad and a place for my submarine to drive straight up. You know, it's a whole thing.
Because I was telling my guys, honestly, you don't really need a credit score in this country. If you're rich, what's the point of a credit score? If you,
If you can just buy anything, is that what you're saying?
yeah, you don't need a credit score.
Right?
You know, and Kevin was going back and forth with me. I'm like, I'm rich. I don't even need the
That's
bank.
handsome Shrek. by the
Handsome
way.
stretch, my man. You don't need a credit score. I don't need anything that has to do with credit or the bank because they need me because I have the money. Like, I'll put my money in the bank, but they'll be throwing stuff on me even though I don't need it. Right? Like, you don't need a credit card. You don't need to do a hard check on your credit score. It's going to put down your scores anyway. Like, have zero credit score because you can buy anything.
Oh yeah, you rich then. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
they
rich.
only look at your credit score when you're applying for something, so you can just outright buy it.
Right.
Take that zero.
Take that zero. Rich people are living. For real, they are
I
living.
mean, you would know if you're.
I'm not rich.
Yeah.
with
The
your
Q5.
first class and your Q5s.
I
over
like an
here.
IMF, man. I still go for reviews. And I told my boss, I'm like, hey, you gotta increase that money.
I need
Listen,
this
I'm trying
job.
to lease it, all right? I gotta buy this thing, all right? Come on.
And that's it.
I'm waiting for my review in October or something. I'm like,
Look outside. We're going
Yeah, come on. It's time to upgrade this thing.
you know. Yeah, it makes, you know. But yeah, some rich people do some dumb shit.
So
That's the
poor
truth.
people when everybody does dumb shit.
You know,
That's
but it's-
true.
I think
To
poor
me, it's
people
different when
do
rich
more
people do
dumb
dumb
stuff.
shit. Like all these sports players when they come out broke, I'm like, yo,
That's a shame.
yo,
That's a shame.
there's no excuse
Yeah, I know.
for you coming out broke. There's no excuse.
It
For real,
depends.
there's no
It-
excuse.
It depends.
On what?
It depends on.
Everything's all relative.
Your whole life
Yeah.
you've never been rich. You become rich once. After a period of time, and you go back broke.
You just
Yeah.
wait, hold on.
We
But
just
you
talked
explained
about it.
though. You said you've always been broke, and then you got money. Just because you got money doesn't mean your mindset of being poor has changed.
That's
So
right.
even though you're in a
Just the
better
same
better
mindset.
predicament, you still have the same mindset, so you're gonna still make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
As you're broke, and then
But after-
you feel more comfortable subconsciously being poor.
Yeah.
So you're going to
feel
self-sabotage
comfortable?
it. You're going to self-sabotage
How?
yourself because it's what you know.
It's
no-
in Cosmos,
different.
dude.
It's no,
That shit go deep, bro.
it's no
It's
different.
all mindset.
It's no different than those who go to jail and they come out of jail, but they still have that jail mentality, and they want to go back
Some
because
people-
that's what they're comfortable
some
with.
people go back to jail because they have no place to stay at. They think the only place.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And some people go back to
That's
being poor because they have no other. That's what they know.
Oh,
that's
different,
what
but
they
you're poor,
know.
you can be
I
rich.
have a personal example.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's relatively rich. Relatively rich.
Yeah, this is
Because
a smaller scale.
some people would look at us in this
Yeah.
room like, look at those rich bastards
Yeah.
up there on a fucking
Engineers,
podcast,
That's what I'm saying.
and I can't even get McDonald's.
Look,
Yeah. So hold up.
That's
In
true, too.
school-
Yeah.
It's all relative.
If you
That's
look
real.
at me and you tell me I'm rich, then
You're
don't know what
richer
rich
than a
is.
lot of
Then
them.
You don't know what rich
You are
is.
very
got a
low.
mortgage. That's more than a strong
Mortgage
percentage.
is a debt.
Go 2 miles up the
Mortgages.
It's
road
a big ass debt.
on Wilkins Avenue. Go 2 miles up the road on Wilkins Avenue and see whether or not you think you're rich compared to.
I mean, compared to
what
the whole
goes
world,
upstairs.
you're better off than like 90%,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Even my
Probably
thing,
more,
even
right?
even with us having debt, like school debt or whatever else, at least you're in the position to even acquire that. Most
So,
of them
and
can't
you still
even do
living
that.
life, you know?
Yes.
You're still
They
living a
can't
good
even
life.
borrow.
Because they got that
They got a-
zero on
they
their
got a fucked
credit
up credit score.
That's why they can't borrow.
They got a fucked up credit score with a $700 max credit card. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Secured line, no credit line increases on that.
I mean, how did you get there?
I got 10 grand with PayPal, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just
Like,
randomly.
Yeah.
Man, I hate that.
Yeah.
I do too, but I mean, I use it to my
Nobody
advantage.
loves it.
Right.
That's my shit.
But I love it where I can use it to my advantage to get to where I'm trying to be at, rather than just being so worried about, oh, well, let me stack every little coin until I have the money saved and then I can go get it. When I can go buy that new camera and put it on PayPal credit, have 6 months to pay that off, and then go work with the
But how
camera
much
to
interest-
generate revenue.
But how much interest are you going to build on that credit?
Zero because I'm
interest.
smart with my shit.
Yeah,
I'm reading the
that's-
paperwork before I
that's-
sign up for
That's
anything.
if you're smart with your shit.
Exactly.
A lot of people just
that,
go in.
that we're talking about.
But if you
the
being an
same deal.
entrepreneur, you
The-
use
the
it to your
same
advantage, not just,
mindset.
oh, free money. Nah, there's a difference.
Because that's how a lot of people see credit cards.
Yeah,
Free
that's
money.
because
Yeah.
they're not
And
taught.
that's
Right,
silly.
Right.
right.
There's no financial
And
literacy.
That's that.
Silly.
Financial literacy is so huge, but not a lot of people have it, and it's not taught.
No,
I mean,
that's not.
The banks don't
at
need
all.
you to know that.
Even
What's
then,
that
there's a
again?
The
difference.
banks don't need you to know that.
They
Of
don't-
course not, because they getting
Right,
paid.
right, but
they don't want you to know.
But it can be given.
I think it should be
I
taught
mean, we
at
can
an
actually do a
earlier
podcast
age.
on it, actually. What's
I
that
think it
again?
should be taught in schools and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
can we do a
100%.
podcast
Yeah,
on
100%.
school systems? That would be fun.
We can do a podcast on anything.
Dude,
because it-
thanks. Thank you.
because we have
Appreciate that.
we have a record button and we have microphones. Ain't this a bitch?
3 people would like to listen.
Sounds like you have a lot to say about the schools. Right?
I got a few comments. That's for another podcast.
I got a
Let's
few.
save it. Let's save it
That
for the
whole
school
thing is
episode.
reform.
Let's save it for the school episode. Like, here's what I'm saying. So, like, when I was in school, I was really poor. I had like $0 every week in my bank account. I would like, and the thing is, like, when I got paid every 2 weeks because I was a bus driver, I would immediately take that money and I'd be like, all right, what can I buy with this right now? And I spended it until
Spended it.
I spent it until I didn't have anything left. So like, I bought my groceries and then I like went out to eat a couple times and that was the zero, right? That was the end. So like when I first started started getting paychecks, it was almost like, shit, I got this money, how am I gonna spend it before it goes away? And I think the same mindset definitely applies to if you've been poor all your life. You're like, all right, I got this money, I gotta spend it before it's gone, because you know how it goes, right? If
I
you-
say saving money is a poor mindset. Rather than investing it and having money work for you.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm trying to get to the point where I'm living off the interest that
Interest
my
that
investments
generated,
are
yeah.
making.
Yeah.
Not the money that I'm making from a job or my business or anything else. I'm living off the interest that income is making.
It's true.
That's a fantastic mindset.
But that's how often does your interest come?
I mean, it
Or
depends
the
on
money.
how often you want it.
Yeah, it depends. So okay, if I
can
have
cash out
if
anytime.
I have rental properties, I'm making that every month.
Okay.
It's things
That's
of
what
that
I'm
nature.
talking
If
about.
if I develop a digital course, I could be getting paid on that every day.
Right.
Because it's just out there generating income, and I have marketing funnels set up that just are pushing that to my ideal audience. So it's all just setting those things up. Assets. The internet has changed what an asset is.
Yes. True.
It's greatly increased what you can. This podcast could be an asset if you build it the right way.
True.
With the right goal and then direct it to the right audience.
That's why we brought you on.
Yeah.
See what you got.
That's why we got him in. Now it finally comes out. But yes,
People should just use everything around them to their advantage.
absolutely.
100%.
You're damn right.
Right.
You're damn right. But it all goes back to that same mindset. There are things out here. There are podcasts that you can do. You know how many people who don't want to do it just because, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. When it's literally plug in a microphone and hit record.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And people don't want to
Easy.
do it for
It just-
24 months before it starts to
Yes,
build revenue.
yes.
You know what I mean? To
Before
actually
you start
build it
saying
up.
something, nobody's listening. That's it. I'm done. Next thing. No,
They give up
you gotta
10
keep
episodes
it
in.
going.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Build it up. Build it up. Build it
That
up.
becomes a TV
Bring in
show.
people. Well, shit.
What
If this
station?
became.
Where we going? FX? ABC? ESPN?
Netflix, baby.
Oh.
I want all our shit dropped at one
Yeah.
time. Boom! So people can binge.
Yo, Netflix is crazy. But yeah, Netflix is crazy, man.
Everything we bring up, you say it's crazy. What the hell?
Me and my wife were thinking, how the hell do they make money?
Yeah, it's
Off
I
that
don't know
monthly?
if they are.
yeah.
I think they're in mad debt from all the stuff they
I,
make.
I'm pretty sure I heard recently. You can
Let's see it.
double check
Like
this.
$1
Check
billion
that
in debt or
last.
something
No,
like that.
it's true, but
Check
you
their
know,
last quarterly statements. I think they were up.
Over.
It's a weird.
well, that's not
It's a
necessarily a
weird
bad
thing,
thing, you know? It's like,
because-
it's just sunken money. Like,
Like, some of the productions they do.
Don't do they still? Are they Redbox? They're not
No, they
Redbox.
don't
That's
do
something
Redbox.
totally different.
No, that's a different
because they
company, yeah.
were
Netflix was out before Redbox was a thing,
okay.
and they were just, but they were always like mailing it.
Right. I remember that. It was nuts. Just mailing.
Redbox still working?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
use
they
Redbox all the
definitely-
time.
I
Redbox is
don't
tight.
have anything that plays DVDs. Well, I guess PS4 now, but
Yeah, that's about it.
I can't remember last time I had a disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a PS4. I haven't even touched it.
Wait,
Yeah, but what?
you
I
have
have
a
a
PS4?
PS4.
I'm
After I
about
had
to
a
say, like,
son.
dang, so
I'm
you
about
got
to
the
say,
exclusive.
wait. See?
I ain't
See?
even, I ain't even seen the price of it.
First class
I'm making the
Q5
Sony
and a PS5, bitches.
How does that?
And that's crazy. I ain't even got no games off of that
It's in 16K.
Ultimate
You know,
all
rich-
digital.
Rich people get the shit first all the time.
Well, of course, obviously.
as of September 30th of 2019, Netflix is $12.43 billion in debt.
That's what I thought,
In
bro.
debt.
But that
Look how
doesn't
much
mean
shit they
anything,
make.
though. That's the
That's
thing.
right.
Like, that, it doesn't mean anything because all it means is their money's tied up somewhere else. They're still making money. They're just reinvesting it into
Content.
other stuff, whatever. They're making their you know, Netflix is making their payments.
That is
Like they're
interesting.
making their monthly payments. They're fine. Like they're good.
I wonder what the interest rate on that 12 billion is.
I don't know, but they're still making their monthly payments enough to like
Yeah, who knows?
make their stockholders money. So like people are happy.
I guess it's working for them because some of the productions are like, dude, that looks like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I mean, that's why certain
Great
shows got.
actors.
What was that show? About the how hip hop got invented, mixing with the breakdancing.
Oh, the
Jaden Smith was in it.
Get Down? Was
Yeah,
that it?
the Get Down, awesome show. But it was costing them $12 million per episode to produce that show.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it makes sense that they canceled it. Holy crap!
Yeah.
But it's like all the cars, the costumes,
shit.
and transforming New York into the '70s. Like I can imagine.
Yeah.
But I was like,
CGI.
man, that's crazy. I don't even know where to spend $12 million to make a 1 hour episode.
Well, yeah, one episode.
Like,
One episode.
that seems reckless. Like,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right, so this is
Get
the
real
scene.
cocaine for
This
sex.
is the scene where we burn real money. All right,
Like, I sound like I
action.
had a coked up director. Like, all right, so what we need, right? I want to build a whole club. I was like, yo, this man really built
Yeah, he
70s
did
New
it.
York for
He
$12
did
million
it.
an episode.
Blink 182 had a music video where their record studio gave them $1 million to make a music video, and they spent the music video wasting $1 million. They bought a car and picked it up with a lift and dropped it on the ground. They paid people like $50,000 to shave their head. They were
Sounds
just
like a
going
good
around
video.
just
There it
throwing
is.
it out. And
I
it was
did.
That sounds like a well-spent
It was
video.
electric. Yeah,
I
people
watched
went
it.
nuts over it.
All right, so I guess we are done here.
So,
Thank you all for joining again.
What's today's episode going to be called?
D&G.
Yeah, Dinosaurs and God.
Dinosaurs and God.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so tell them good night, King.
Good night, my people.
Tell them good night, Stringbean.
Good night, my rich friends.
Good night.
And Raza Ry.
good night,
Thanks
party
for
people.
joining us. See you all next time.